Yo, what's up, yo? So, no, is this on? No, so, okay. So then. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna start this video by saying that I have attempted to release the energies that I associate with. I've tried releasing the ones that I associate. I thought at first that it was my parents, and I tried letting them go, being like, get out of my energy. And they wouldn't leave when I did that. And as time developed, and as I learned more, and as I reflected more, and as I researched more about narcissism, I came to the conclusion a bit ago that Diego and Molly were the narcissists who were like abusing me. And I got really like kind of upset. And I'm being hesitant here because I'm not super sure if it's them or if it's me. Like, no doubt they was in my energetic body. No doubt they was, like, up on my insides messing with me. But I guess what I don't know for sure is whether or not I was the thing that was, like, putting them in there. And if they were just kind of, like, trying to get their way out. Or if they keep, like, forcing their way inside through, like, little hooks. Well, essentially, like, as I came to understand it, like, I'm pretty sure Shiva, like, what I consider to be Shiva and my higher self and all this, pretty sure that was just them. It was, like, all I was, like, what I considered me to be was essentially just, like, a conglomeration, I guess, of, like, bits of other people, if I'm understanding this correctly. Because what I see narcissists do a lot is, like, they'll do, like, this. Like, they pinch around awarenesses and they move chakras and shit. And I see myself doing this in, like, really old videos. Like, the ones that I made when I first moved out to Kent. Like, the consciousness video. The consciousness video is where I first caught it. It's where I first caught it. Or, like, the earliest I saw myself doing it. That being said, though, like, I've also been a person who's had, like, it always felt like I had, like, multiple voices on my insides. Like, it felt like there was the me all the way in the back, and then there were, like, other me's, like, fractalized me's, which, presumably, if I've been doing this for a while, like, subconsciously, because I didn't even understand that this facet of narcissism was, like, a thing. I didn't understand that it existed like this. Like, I thought it was literally just, like, a personality configuration, meaning, like, not quite this literally. Like, I didn't understand it to be, like, a collage of other people's, like, actively living bits. I thought it was, like, a personality construct where you just, like, are mistakenly grandiose and have these mistaken beliefs about yourself, and that causes you to think it's okay to, like, talk to other people in certain ways. And I didn't understand the energetic side of it. I didn't understand the chakra swapping. I didn't understand the awareness moving. So, like, if I grab those two out of my head and bring mine back into the middle, yeah, these two, the fuck out of here. But yeah, I didn't understand that side of it, and so I couldn't see it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what we don't know. And since I couldn't see that side of it, I didn't understand, like, yeah, I didn't understand what it would mean to see me doing that. Because, like, if you are getting hijacked by a narcissist, like, obviously if they're controlling you through your body, they're gonna be doing they shit through you. So, like, Yeah, but it's like I don't want to be the one that blames everybody else. I don't want to not be accountable. I don't want to decline an opportunity to grow if I'm being presented one. And it kind of feels like, since I've been benched so many times in the last like year, I got benched once when I don't care about being benched. I'm done working for some overlord because myself doesn't talk to me like how the overlord talks to me, bro. Yeah, I'm done working for the overlord. I'm done sending energy to the overlord, bro. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm kind of in like a bit of a shitty situation where I think where I came, like the person that I came to understand as myself was essentially just like a collage of other people's bits, and I want other people's bits. Like if I have other people's bits inside of me, other people's bits. If I have other people's bits inside of me, I want them fucking gone. I don't want anyone else's shit in me. I don't want anyone else's parts in me. I do not want to hold anyone else's parts against their will. And I have ad nauseum multiple times, like, let go of all of my willpower and said, feel free to leave. And they keep coming back. And these things that will not let go of me have been doing an immense amount of damage to my life. Okay? So, I'm trying to find a way to let go of anything that I've stuck up on my insides that over the course of, I don't even know how long, over the course of time, I might have put up inside of me unconsciously. If I would have known that this was a thing that, one, I was doing, two, was even a thing until like the last 2 weeks, if I would have known that I was doing this to other people, I wouldn't be doing it. I don't believe in hurting others. It goes against one of my very deepest core moral values. It's do no harm. Yeah? Do no harm. And if I would have, like, literally, like, I go outside, I feel like I'm trying to convince something here. I shouldn't defend and explain, but, like, I feel devastated if I accidentally squish a fucking mosquito or a fly, if it's, like, on my face and I go to itch it. If I accidentally kill it, like, I palpably and deeply feel the pain of that loss. Like, the gravity of the situation that I have ended something's life if I kill that fly. Like, yeah. I understand that. And, like, I empathize with that. And I understand that the life that is contained within that fly is, there's no quantifiable way to rank life because it's all the one life. Like, the one consciousness. It's all the one consciousness. It's all made out of the one consciousness anyway. Many different perspectives, all of which are unique and valuable and separate. But I understand that that one fly, like, its life is no less valuable or more valuable than mine. And so if I end that fly's life, like, it doesn't feel like it's somehow lesser than ending something else's life. Like, it was a living thing. And so I feel deeply that it is wrong to hurt other living things. And I've observed this about myself. I've observed this trait about myself. And, like, the way that, if I'm supposed to understand the way my thoughts have been going lately, the way I'm supposed to understand this, right, is somewhere along the way, after I kind of told Diego that I felt like he was not connected with spirit due to the way he was kind of behaving, which could have been projection, maybe, for sure. Yeah, after that is kind of when all of this started up real bad. I'm just saying. And it does kind of seem like Diego and Molly were, like, living in my head. And it seems that over the course of that year, like, somehow they have managed to swap out what my soul was, or stuff it down, or do something with it. and it's like their two halves keep slotting into my body. And today they did this. It was like they gave me this guise. Like, I figured out it was them after I made that apology video, the coerced apology video. But yeah, I noticed after that they were like up in my head, and they would like laugh and like interact with me. Like, it was like they were there, and it was like we were talking. And after I told them that I knew it was them, like, we all kind of laughed, and there's this like feeling of like, oh, but it's all good, like it's all good, like at least I know now. And like, as I was like, the images that they were sending through the pipe were fucking, yeah, the images that they were sending through the pipe were along the lines of like, it was formulating my understanding of the apology video to see that like, it felt like they were projecting their own guilt onto me. And so I was like reading like genuine expression through their faces and shit as they were like overlaying on top of mine. And like, the things that I was hearing, like reading between the lines, I guess they say, the things that I was reading between the lines of what they were saying, trying to like make it come out of my mouth so that it was supposed to look like I was the one saying it and shit like that. Yeah, the things that I read between the lines were like, it felt to me, and again, I understand now that like, if I am the narcissist, that this is just grandiosity and like ego. Very well could be. But I'm understanding it right now as like, they wanted to stay in my energy. Like, they wanted to stay in my energy despite what I want, because they were like getting something out of me. They were getting wisdom, energy, emotion, knowledge, teachings, all of these things. Like, I don't know if this is for sure how it was, but this is what was happening in my head, right? This is what they were, this was the line of dialogue. Oh, yep. Yeah, you can get them both out of there. And, give them back to them. I don't want them. And, yeah, stay out of my energy. High key. Both of you, stay out of my energy. Leave me alone. Okay? And, yeah. And I came to understand that, like, the way that it seemed like it was like an all good thing, like in that moment. It seemed like it was like fine, like, okay, I see that it's y'all, I see what you guys has been up to, like, fine, I see it, it's in the past, let's move on. But let's move on. Yeah. And the thing is when I say let's move on, I remember what happened was, okay, well, I guess let's not move on yet, but like, I went to go record. Yeah, because I understood that like, they were asking for tips on how to stop doing the shit that they had been doing to me, because they felt genuine remorse. This is the way that I understood it, because it seemed like that. And yeah, and it seemed like they wanted me to give them meditation tips and like ways to heal, which obviously, like, if I'm the one with the issue, then I'm the one that needs to heal. But this is what it seemed like. And so what happened was, I decided to sit down to make this kind of like video for them, and I wasn't gonna put it on my YouTube. It was just gonna be like for my own archives of like my lifeline, because it feels like once I figure this out, like, it's gonna be a marker of big change, which I don't know if I'm ready for, but I better be. And I'm looking for my vape. And yeah, so like, yeah, and after I agreed to sit down to make the video, what essentially happened was, as soon as I started, like, I got hijacked. And the needle thing that goes in through the back of the head that I was describing, it started to poke in, and essentially they had the reins from that moment out. And what it resulted in was me, like, they kept telling me to go back into the void, and they were stamping myself down. and coming in, and they essentially did a full-blown swapsies into my body. And the way that they were talking, like when they were in my body, was like, it seemed like they felt like it was going to be permanent. Or they were trying to make me afraid of that, like either way. And it was like, y'all, I thought I made the video out of the kindness of my own heart, because it was like, okay, fine. Like, I see it's y'all fuck with me a bunch, but I see it's y'all. Fine, so be it. Whatever the hell y'all did want, like, I could just give it to you if you ask. And so I figured I would give them a little lesson, I guess, on healing and therapy. And I feel dumb saying this out loud now, especially if I am the narcissist, then that would be a pretty dumb thing to say. But this is how it seemed in my head, and they were like playing along with this, I guess. And yeah, it basically ended up with both of them inside of my energetic body. And if you look at that video, you can see it's like literally, it's like I'm a person who gets split in half in that video, and like one side of me is like a dude with like a flat boob, like, and like tummy, like, and one of them is like, you can just see it. You can see it. You can see the split right down the middle. I swear to God, it's visible. It's fucking visible. And Lord knows that me, like the owner of this body, did not want this to happen. I was pretty much ready for them to get ski out ski. I've done been ready. I had done been ready. But I figured, shit, dude, like, while they're here, if they're gonna be bothering me, like, might as well make it a friendly interaction. And they took it as an opportunity to slide control out from under my consciousness, to stuff me down, and to essentially manipulate my body into saying and doing the things that they wanted it to do, which were not what I wanted my body to be doing. And I realized that this has been going on for a long time. And as I go back and look through these videos, essentially, like, what I'm wondering is this all just karma for, like, my narcissism? And, like, is it like a consequence of having pulled from them so much that I had to watch it all get decimated and watch all of my social relationships get destroyed and my relationship with my parents get messed up under this coercive control and all this? It's like, is it just karma? It would, if I am the narcissist, then it would make sense. It would make sense, because if I had been doing these chakra swappy fucking soul steely things, it would make sense why my friends would not want to be around me. It would make sense why I kind of got socially and spiritually and emotionally benched like twice in this last year. It would make sense, because it would be like spirit trying to show me like the error in my ways. And fair. I do have to say, though, all of that being said, like, I've been seeing a therapist for a year. And I've asked him if I'm a narcissist many times, because I worry about this a lot, because these things always tell me in my head that I am. And he says no. He always says I'm not the narcissist. And he's a medical professional who knows me. It's been well over a year at this point. That seems like a reasonable basis to go on, but be that as it may, at this point, it's kind of devastating, because it's like, what if all I was just a collection of other people's stuff? And that's what it's been feeling like, too. I've been feeling so empty. I've been feeling like I've been really struggling to understand, like, who the hell am I? To even find where the me is most of the time, because it gets, like, shoved down, and I gotta, like, yank it up. And so the thing that's in my head, like the awareness center that's in my head, won't even be me half the time. I don't want this. I don't want this. I want to be living my own life. I don't want to copy anybody. I don't want to imitate anybody. I want to be living my own life. And like, if it is a subliminal habit to do the fucking narcissist fucking finger magic shit, like, yeah, I gotta do my diligent work to make sure that I'm not doing that. And if I am one of these types of people, to be honest, it makes me want to just like isolate. It makes me want to just like find some fucking cabin on a mountain so I don't accidentally hurt people, because I don't want to hurt people. And if I'm hurting people in ways that I wasn't aware of, that's a problem, you know? It's not an excuse, but it's a problem, and it's my job to fix it. However, there's two sides to this. Either I'm the narcissist, and I've been deserving everything that's been happening to me, and it's all just been gut or mouth, and I got no reason to complain, and if I am that narcissist, then it would be right and just that everything about who I am get decimated and torn away, and, you know, blown up, big banged, because, like, the spirit is going to be doing this until I figure it out, until I figure out how to be my own person. And that makes sense. It makes sense. Even though I kind of felt like I already had. I guess we never know what we don't know. I could feel me shoved all the way back there. But it's true, like, we never do know what we don't know. And, you know, I don't have any excuse if it's me. If it's me doing this, I ain't got no excuses. And, yeah. But if it's not, then these people have been controlling me and essentially decimating my soul and my being and my life for just about a whole year. And the damage is untold. And the rebuilding will be complete. Like, ground up. Square one. Like, everything. The rebuilding will have to be complete. No, okay, so like I hear that voice playing, and the weirdest to me is like, yeah, that sounds like the voice of narcissism, right? And I kind of feel my tummy rumbling like that and shit. But I guess what I meant to say was like, well, I guess what came out is what I meant to say. Like, I gotta trust that, I guess. Not if I'm getting manipulated. But what I meant to say was, yeah, the rebuilding that I'm gonna have to do after this experience, after this big bang, and after this explosion, and this decimation, and all this. Yeah, it feels like I'm gonna have to completely rewrite who I am. Not even rewrite, I just gotta find out, I guess. Because, I don't want to, like, perpetuate being who I thought I was at the expense of others. I don't want to do that. And if the only way I can be who I thought I was is to continuously pull from others, then it's gotta end. And that means I'm gonna have to find out what it's like without parts inside of me like that. Which sounds great, to be honest. This sounds fucking fabulous. That sounds fucking great. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. I guess there's some things that have been kind of pervasive throughout my life, like everything to do with what I associated with Shiva. But but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, but like that does indeed, like, it seems like it's got to be just some narcissistic personality structure or some borderline personality structure, and I gotta do the healing, and I gotta see, like, I gotta put the pieces back together in a way that only includes my pieces, and I gotta find a way to make these things stop entering my energetic body, because I never wanted them inside of me, and I've been spending a lot of time and effort trying to basically get them out, and they keep coming back. And I'm sure that, like, me engaging, like, in these videos, and, like, with thought, and with spoken word, is, like, a huge part of what's perpetuating that trauma bond. But like, if all Shiva was, like, my soul, you know what I mean? Perhaps my soul isn't Shiva, and Shiva is just one of their hooks that they tied onto my soul. Very well could be. Like, yeah, it could be that Shiva is literally just them. Like, it's literally just, like, that was their way to get into my energetic body. Like, they entered with the guise of Shiva, and then once they, like, were in, like, I trusted naively. I naively trusted them and gave away all of my control to them. And they used it as like an opportunity to make me look stupid, gullible, narcissistic, fraudulent, to destroy my reputation and all this. And seems nasty, but like, and uncalled for as fuck. As fuck. And I'm thinking that the reason that they keep like entering my energetic body again is like anytime I mention Shiva, like it seems like, yeah, seems like there is no Shiva without the thing that comes inside that splits me open and decimates me. Yeah, it seems like there is no Shiva without them. And if there's no Shiva without them, then I'm an idiot. And I'm gullible. And I got duped. And I let it happen. And never once did I agree to burn my own soul away. Never once. I thought I was going to be burning ego away. Ego. So, yeah, I didn't sign up for that. And, yeah, it's just hard to tell, like, where the lines and the borders of any part of me really are, and how much of it is enmeshed, and how much of it is, like, coerced, and how much of it is, like, self-gaslighting, or, you know, like, manipulative tactics from the ego to, like, convince me to let it keep doing what it's doing. Very well could be. But regardless, the whole situation's got me reeling. It's got me reeling. I just don't want to, I feel like I gotta say that it needs to come from my awareness. I can tell when it's not coming back to one. I can tell when it's like somebody else in me. And, I'm happy to admit this and to integrate and own this, like, if it was true. Because, like I said, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I don't need to get anything, and I don't need to get anything out of anybody. But I don't want to continue to live my life in a way where I'm, like, energetically getting things out of people. Like, instead of overtly, I don't need to get anything. I don't need to get anything out of anybody. I keep getting stamped down. I don't need to get anything out of anybody. I don't want anything out of anybody. So yeah. This whole situation is wild. I don't want to blame other people. Like, if the situation is that the whole reason I had to get blown up like this was because I had been taking from them in the first place, fair. I didn't know I was doing that at the time, right? Like, for the whole thing. Until the last 2 weeks, I didn't understand that part of narcissism was a part of it. But, yeah. If that was the case, then I got to not expect any, like, welcoming back from the world, and not to expect any, like, yeah, I just gotta do the healing work. And then, like, maybe I'll be able to find a healthy way of being and maybe a healthy, like, relationship at some point. And I won't end up doing the same thing that I've done with every other person that I've been in close contact with, which is blowing up the relationship. Yeah, and I've lost, like, all of my friends. I'm isolated, and I'm alone, and I don't know who I am. And maybe I deserve it. And if I've been narcissistically draining from people, then I definitely do. If I haven't been, then fuck. Fuck, dude. Oh, man. Like, fuck. Like, this shit's been tough. Oh, it's been tough. But, yeah. It's been tough. It's been a heck of tough. It's been emotionally, well, it's been decimating. I've been feeling very insane. I've been feeling very guilty. Been feeling very shameful. I've been feeling very confused. I've been feeling very angry and abused and manipulated and all these. Yeah, at the same time. And it'll alternate. And it's like, I kind of understand, like, narcissists are extremely emotionally labile and, like, volatile. And if I've been behaving like that and adopted personality styles like that, then that's how I would behave, I guess. That makes sense. But, you know. Yeah. At this point, I'm just trying to find a way to move forward where they don't come with. Like, to move forward in a way where they're not still, like, tagging along with me, man. Because, yeah. That's what I've been finding. Or that's what I've been trying to find. But unfortunately, it does kind of seem like they're tied to my idea of Shiva. Which is unfortunate as fuck. But yeah, it's devastating. But what can we do? What can I do? It's my life, not theirs. Not theirs. It's my life. And I'm done being controlled. I'm done controlling others, which it really hasn't been feeling like I've been. But yeah, if I can catch myself doing it ever, then I'm finna stop it in the moment. I gotta work on my presence, my awareness. And yeah. Yeah. Now, mind y'all, like, if it was Diego and, well, no, I know it was Diego and Molly that's been doing this, but I didn't think it was them for, like, the first 3 weeks that this was going on. Like, I thought they were my parents. Like, I thought those two voices, I thought they were my parents, and I wasn't thinking about them. And I know with narcissism, like, what creates the kind of link, like the mental link that you pull energy from and give energy to, like that link, like, it's established by thinking about the person and either sending them positive or negative, you know? Yeah, I wasn't thinking about them, and yet it was still happening the whole time. Which means, like, they must be entangled up inside of my energy in some kind of way. Like, they're lodged in it, and I want to get them the fuck out. No, I don't want to get them the fuck out. They need to get the fuck out. Because I have told them to leave. I've literally purposefully gone in and moved them out. Right? I have purposefully gone into my head and moved them out. And yet they will still come back. They will come back. And I watched this in that video. Like, I would send them out. And I would watch them go, like, fucking, yeah. And then once they're in my head, they're like, it still gives me anxiety to do that because you're like, you're not supposed to do that. It's like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to do that? Like, which is it, Chief? Like, which is it? And yeah, I'm so tired of being, dude, like, yeah, I feel like I can't live. I feel like I can't be. I feel like I can't breathe. like it's always choking me. And like this was happening in older videos too, and it's just like I just want to be left alone. And it's gonna take a long time before I can really deeply emotionally process like everything that's happened. Like, yeah, it's buried pretty deep at this point, because I haven't felt like I've been in a position where I'm safe enough to be able to open up emotionally and be vulnerable like that. Like, it's been feeling very super judgmental and super like put downy and super like you're the world's biggest bad object in my head. Like, that's basically where, if I do hear any dialogue going on up in there, because my actual self gets stamped the fuck down so much, like, that's basically all it is. And it's like, dude, like, EA, like, I just want them away from me. I want them away from me. I don't want anyone else's stuff, if it's not just them. Like, if there's others from the past that are still in me, and I've done this multiple times already, but I want them gone too. And I want only the bits that I was born with, like, the ones that have my DNA. I don't want anyone else's shit. And, yeah, I'm over this whole thing. I'm fucking over it. I'm over feeling crazy all the time. I'm over feeling so, like, protective over my idea of myself. I'm feeling over it. I'm feeling over the whole goddamn thing. I want to forget it. I want to move past that. I want to learn from it. I want to grow from it. I don't want to repeat the same mistakes that I've made in the past. Which, yeah, like getting into relationships with narcissistic people. Yeah. But, like, I would be lying if, like, again, my therapist doesn't think I'm a narcissist, dude. My therapist doesn't say this. Hey. Stop saying shit through my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth. Yeah, I've asked my therapist about this many, many times, and he, like, continuously has to, like, reassure me, because, like, I worry about this a lot. And, I have genuine empathy. And, like, I have compassion and self-compassion, and I love myself, like, as I am. I'm pretty dang sure I'm not one, but if I'm doing this shit, very well could be the case, but I'm gonna make sure I'm not. If I've been, that doesn't mean I have to continue being one. And I'm gonna make sure I'm not. But I'm also gonna make sure that these people ain't up in my shit no more. Because many times I've tried to tell them to get lost, and they come back. So, yeah, that's a problem, but I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. I want to say I'm Namah Shivaya, but, like, say, who am I, man? Say, who the heck am I? Who am I? How the fuck am I supposed to know, I guess? Well, guess I'll find out. On my own. As a separate being. Namaste. I'll see y'all next time, hopefully in a better mood. Hopefully I have, like, actual, like, I want to make videos that aren't about personal shit if I can. Like, it's hard to when you're always getting interrupted by, like, other presences, but, like, I want to make videos about, like Kundalini, and, like, hopefully I wasn't just getting manipulated for that whole thing, but, like, yeah. But, like, yoga stuff, and meditation, and animals, and music, and art, and design, and stuff that I'm actually, like, into. And not just, like, these videos were, like, great for, like, helping me see what the fuck is going on my insides and shit. I'm glad I've been making them, but they're pretty much only useful to me. And, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to, like, provide content for the community in some kind of way. That's what I really want. Stuff that other people can get some use out of, and not just me. And the things that are acquiring supply off of my suffering. All right, namaste, y'all. Love, 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 love. Catch y'all next time. Hopefully not. Peace, yo. Namaste.